Couldn't wait for the sun to come up to investigate the grounds. Still, your own ancient cemetery is such a thrilling addition, and your new garnet dressing gown's perfect for breakfast before the break of dawn. Giant draped sleeves are more practical than first seen due to a tiny tied tassel dangling along the train. Better get dressed to finalize the paperwork for the lot behind the house. Wouldn't want anyone else sweeping away such a stupendous swamp. Red rayon crepe and glittering golden cuffs show your passion for conservation and that you've got the coinage to prove it. Picking out paint chips in town has never been more spellbindingly chic than in this dark floral silk blouse and apt apricot taffeta skirt, terrific for tempting the employees towards a tipple or two later. Popping into a local community crafts fair, you find the proprietors a little less than welcoming, but it's no matter in your fantastically festive split spiderweb dress with double-layered peplum paired with practical pumps. A charity auction held in the very same guild hall demands a more demure ensemble perhaps, so dip into dark gray suiting in a fine wool with thin black twill trim. Keep the accessories sedated but sprightly. A hematite beaded beetle betrays your anything but banal. Dark forest green for greeting a friend back from travels abroad, and a familiar face frees you from the townsfolk's ghoulish gloom. Accent with a large brown cord clutch and matching felt topper with acidic acid green feathers and gloves in the same. And your darling paramour has asked you to attend a seance at hers. Delightful indeed. Try a beaded evening jacket in olive green silk with a crushed velvet skirt in a slinky silhouette to mark the auspicious occasion. A few of the locals ran off offended from the party, but there's no time to dwell when you've just got to be down at the docks to sign for your furniture forwarded from France. Deep green gabardine garners you some squawks from the suitorous sailors, but the seafaring swept scarf betrays you know your way around the wharf. Appear perfectly normal, thank you, in a subtle cinched day dress paired with subdued satin to calm the villagers' nerves. Of course you haven't seen the several souls who've gone silent. You're new in town, after all. Charming chartreuse stripes for another seance at yours, though your best gal's offshore again on her way back to Cairo. Not many have shown, but it's the dead you're inviting after all. The house is far too quiet with them still hiding away. Oh dear, the rabble returned, but in force this time, demanding your detention. No matter, you like the place, and you're set on staying, be it alive or otherwise. Yes, it's very fun to swish around in, you have to understand. Because look at the size of these sleeves on this thing. Now, this dressing gown is a new one to my wardrobe of them that I seem to make them quite often here on the channel, and I will be making this one with you all here soon, so I won't talk about it much here because I'm going to be making this giant sleeved, drapey dressing gown robe situation thing out of this lovely garnet chiffon, so you'll be seeing this video coming up next month. Then I have my red rayon dress from a couple of Decembers ago. I think I made this as a Patreon video around Christmas time one time. I can't exactly remember, but it is one of my favorite dresses, and I've paired it here with some autumn leaf brooches, coordinated wide golden cuffs, a darker burgundy glove, and then an orange cord clutch that I would like to have a hat in this same shade of orange to really complete this look. But, you know, what are you going to do? It's hard to find good hats, especially ones that can be worn on the back of the head that stand up with a poodle hairstyle like this. Not many of my hats work with this style of hair, so not a lot of hats today. I apologize. Then I have this silk blouse that I made before I started my YouTube channel back in the day when I was just blogging. I don't think I was making videos at the point when I made this blouse, so sadly I didn't make it with all of you, but it is the same gathered neckline that I've used here on the channel before, so you can see me make something similar here at least on the channel. I paired that with a beaded beetle brooch in gold, a red leather box handbag, my golden apricot orange taffeta skirt that I made here recently. You can see me make this skirt here on the channel as well, and my American Duchess Maryland pumps in red. Then I have this two-tone and rhinestone sashed bedecked number that I made for this month over on Patreon. So this was my Patreon video this month. I do have a Patreon. It's how I can afford to make videos like this especially, but also just to keep doing this as my job. So thank you to my patrons who make these sort of videos possible. And I paired this dress with some silver and black rhinestone jewelry, a chunkier bracelet, and a fun Plastiflex clutch. Then I have my gray suit here. This is I think, an early 50s suit is my guess on this one. Lots of shoulder tailoring still going on here, so I think it's a late 40s, early 50s suit that I bought vintage on Etsy. Same with this handbag here, which I just couldn't resist because it reminded me of the Haunted Mansion and some of the designs for the Haunted Mansion furniture and things like that. I've paired this with one of my beaded beetle brooches, some gray gloves, and some hematite clip earrings. But really the star for me actually is this scarf, which is hiding in here. This scarf has a skeleton, X-ray, and lots of sea creatures and bones going on. This is actually an Alexander McQueen scarf. This year I've taken to haunting the internet to find these when they go on like end of season super sale. So I've actually picked up 2 McQueen scarves this year for a super deal because they are not affordable at full price, I can promise you. But if you are sneaky enough, you can score them. Then I have this dark green rayon dress with a gathered skirt that I actually also made here on the channel. This time I paired that with brown accessories. So unusual brown for this Halloween video. Everything else has been kind of black. But this is a dark brown felt hat that is actually the perfect style to put on with a hairdo like this. I wish I had this hat in every color. But I've got a brown cord clutch with that to match with the hat, and brown remix shoes to coordinate as well, and then olive green for my other accessories to match the feathers in the hat. So I've chosen olive green beaded beetle brooch. I have made quite a few now. And then olive green gloves as well. And of course, you all have seen this jacket. I made it here last month on the channel. This was kind of my giant project in September that it got away from me. It didn't really mean for this project to become this giant, but you can watch the video here if you want to see how I made this jacket. This skirt, however, is new. This is just a stretch velvet skirt, and it's actually based on my stretch skirt pattern, the stretch skirt pencil skirts that I've made here on the channel. This is just lengthened into a mermaid trained version, and I'm not wearing tall enough heels with this right here because I wanted the pooling at the feet Morticia look, but in reality, if I wanted to wear this anywhere, I would need taller heels with this if I didn't want to be tripping over myself. But I thought it would be a nice, fun pairing with my Mandragora suit jacket. And speaking of Tish, I did throw on the black jacket to cut a rose for a photo or two. And here's the other McQueen scarf that I picked up this year. This one again has sort of Dead Sea themes. This time there's like cameo brooches lined in pearls and like memorial miniature brooches of dead 18th century folks, and then also seashells and other coral and sea life and such. But I paired that draped over my green 1940s suit. This is another vintage suit that I picked up on Etsy, and I have a lucite sword brooch here and a large black cord clutch. Again, some AD Maryland pumps in black to match my black gloves as well. I pulled the scarf to go with this suit, and I had tucked in like the other one at first, but then when I draped it over the suit like this with the tails dripping down from the belt, I fell in love with this outfit, and now I cannot wait to wear this out. Next up, we have another dress I made here on the channel this past year. So this is a version of a Butterick design, I believe it was, that I had to really do some investigative pattern drafting research to figure out how this would be done. To do this, or at least one way to do this, and put this dress together in green crepe and dark greenish gray satin here at the waist. And today I just paired that with my satin shoes from, again, American Duchess. The style's no longer available, and these straps do not stay like this, unfortunately, when I walk around. I have to buckle them very carefully to make the straps stay separate. And then I have another new skirt that you will be seeing the tutorial for the pattern drafting and sewing of soon. This one is in black cotton sateen and significantly longer, and has several more gored sections that flare to create this full mermaid skirt situation. Once again, I'm wearing this with heels that are a little bit short for it if I were to wear this out and about to go to the ballet, a concert, a party of some kind, a seance. I would need to wear taller heels with this to not be tripping over it, but it's a little bit shorter than the other one, luckily. And I paired that with my striped top I made here on the channel. Again, there is a video for this striped top. All the tutorials for the projects I am wearing in this video, I will go ahead and link in the description below, since I, of course, will run out of cards as usual. And I have a small black cord clutch with this, black rhinestone brooch and earrings, and a chartreuse thermoset bracelet. And then finally, my ghostly white finale outfit here. I threw on my white evening gown from that 1940s film noir lookbook I did last year, and then paired it with this white crushed velvet and polyester lined cloak that my mom made for me for an Arwen costume when I was about 11 years old. So that's why it's a little short, because I was a little shorter back then, but it has come in handy since. I paired that with some rhinestone jewelry and a gardening pick that was sitting in here because my dad is currently redoing our deck, and it was just sitting nearby and I randomly picked it up, and that's how these things happen quite organically. Thank you so much, as always, for watching today and supporting me here on YouTube. And to my patrons, thank you so much for making this my dream job a reality, where I get to play dress up, even though I'm technically now an adult. But seeing as it is Halloween, perhaps I really can get away with it this time.